call the Johnson County Board of Education meeting to order for February 22nd, 2016. First order of business is district student recognitions.
I think Mr. Halsey will turn it over to you and Coach Jason's back there.
All right. Well, Coach Chaffins is here with at least some of his swim team folks, so I'm going to let him go ahead and speak to that first, if you'd like to, Coach.
Thanks for recognizing the kids, guys. I appreciate y'all for doing that. We're one of those sports that there's not a whole lot of publicity, but everybody loves us, and you know, it's that kind of thing. All my parents and the swimmers here, they work extremely hard. We've done a lot this year. We've first ever boys regional championship in our swimming program's history. We had 2 regional individual type champions, which we never had that in the same season, which was Bryce Rice. He was the 50-yard freestyle relay 50-yard freestyle champion, and Michael Castle was the 100-yard butterfly champion. And we also had Logan Puckett and Ben Spurger, as well as Michael and Bryce on the 200 medley relay, which won first place and was regional champion. And the 200 free relay just was out-touched just by about a tenth of a second, and they were runner-up, but it was a really good race. They done extremely well, and members of my 400 free relay, they finished 4th, and that was the highest finish for Johnson Central in that event on the boys' side. And my girls have done extremely well. We're very young on the girls' side, and we lose three students this year. They move on to bigger and better things with the education, best education in the state provided by Johnson County Schools. But we get all these kids back, and they will repeat next year, Lord willing. And we've already been challenged by Ashland is a friendly challenge. He said we have a rematch next year, Coach. And I said, it's no problem, but we'll gladly accept that. Right, boys?
Yep.
Right, ladies? Yeah. And it's we have one member of our relay girls 400 free relay. They finished 6th, which was the highest finish for that relay in school history on the girls' side. And we get all those young ladies back, and they worked hard and done real well. And it's a great thing. We've had a lot of support from our administration and our family. Well, I call them my family, but all the parents and just everybody that always comes by and says, asks how we are, how we're doing. And through the years, Tom Cochran, Harry Birch, and Joey Eastet has all served as ADs, and they know how I am, so I'm gonna shut up. Anyway, thanks to Mr. Alston especially. He's my boss right now.
Yeah, we know how you are.
I don't know what he's going to do. He'll probably be my boss too one day, so that's okay. He's over there.
Also, on top of that, I want to throw out to swim team and the parents and their booster organization. If you've been to any other event this year at Johnson Central, football, basketball game, you know that our swim team pretty much ran our concessions program for those events and did a wonderful job. So a lot of those days they would have practice, you know, right after school, come in, set up, and handle concessions at football games and things like that. And I appreciate that. You guys did a great job with that. But we could not be more proud of the season they've had and the work ethic that they put in. Coach Chaffins, And I may have misheard, but I think I did. I think Coach Chaffin's neglected to say that he was voted Outstanding Coach of the Year for both boys and girls in the region. While they're getting photos, I'll go on and talk a little bit. We had talked about recognizing football and wrestling. I don't know that we have any of those folks here tonight. Obviously, the girls are getting ready to play at the district tournament, and we strongly suggested our kids be lined up at 5 o'clock when the doors opened over there. So some of those folks are over there and those kind of things. Perhaps we can do that at another time. We did a large-scale recognition program / assembly pep rally this afternoon and recognized a large number of groups in front of their peers in the student body this afternoon, from swimming to wrestling to academic team who just won the region this weekend, those kind of things. Obviously, football finished with the state runner-up championship, regional championship, greatest finish they've ever had, and they're, just like Coach Chaffin kind of alluded to, they're hungry for more next year. You know, their only disappointment is that ball on that big, huge trophy, it don't fit anywhere, is silver instead of gold, and they intend to have that next year. Wrestling just wrapped up this weekend in Lexington with the state wrestling tournament. They repeated again as consecutive regional champions, 8-9 years in a row that the wrestling team has been regional champions. We had 4 individual students that were regional champions this year, and I do want to recognize them even though they're not here. In their individual weight classes, Joe Sloan, Blake Gamble, Jordan Blanton, and Sam Griffith all were individual regional champions. So if you see those young men out and about, give them a pat on the back. And then at the state this year, we had 3 finish in the top 10, top 8 actually, and that's how they determine at state wrestling. The all-state team is, if you're in that top 8, you are one of the all-state wrestling team members. Jordan Blanton finished 3rd in the state this year. Sam Griffiths finished 6th in the state this year. And a very young wrestler, Alex Horn, finished 8th in the state this year. So congratulations to them. And I really appreciate Coach Matney and Coach Peck and all the staff that works with those young men, both football and wrestling. Thank you, Mr. Cochran. Is that here?
I'll answer. Again, we appreciate you, Mr. Holmes. Mr. Chafin, do appreciate you and your swim team. I think you've got a bright future here, and I know how the dedication and work you put into it, as well as your parents. And again, they are a very hard-working group of parents. I mean, they spend many nights out here doing concessions at ball games and things. They're always there and very supportive of the swim team. And thanks, Johnson High School. I do want to, thank them for all their things they do to make your swim program and high school successful. So,
Thank you.
and unless you all just want to stay for the rest of this, you're more than welcome to. But you're also, the swimmers are free to go. And I'm just going to say, if you're going to the girls' ball game, you might want to hustle over there and get your spot in line. So.
We'll take the info on that off.
Next item on the agenda is to approve the minutes for January 25th, 2016 regular meeting, January 28th, 2016 special meeting, and bills and payroll through February 18th, 2016.
So moved.
Motion's made. Is there a second? Motion's made and second. Any discussion? If there'll be no discussion, call for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 4, renovation report. Mr. Rowland?
He is out at a meeting currently today, and the architect should be here any minute. He's on his way. So if you'd like to maybe postpone them, if there's questions about them, he can explain anything.
Okay.
I mean, he's looked at them, Scott's looked at them, everybody's approved the invoices and things that, but again, maybe down to see, he gives more little information, things on that as we go on. We'll come back to him. So,
Okay. So you want to circle back on the
yes, sir,
A,
if you
B,
don't
and C?
care, if you want to.
Okay. Item 5A, new business. Mr. Sayer.
You have a folder that should have evaluation materials and things in it. Again, this is the first year that you're doing a new state superintendent SPGS evaluation system. So it's a little different from what you've done in the past. So that documentation, things in there. If I can be any help to you explain that or do that, I'll be glad to do that. There should be a list of activities and things that will illustrate each one of the standards and things in there for you to look at. I'll be glad also to go through explaining those individually or as a group or whatever you'd like me to do later on, so.
Okay. Do that individually.
Individually, or you want to do, get back to Val, where you want to involve, that's not.
Okay.
And please take note that I attached the wrong document, so if you looked at it over the weekend, I changed it today. And then that document is in the folder as well.
Val, what's best for you?
Whatever you guys like, I do.
Couple weeks, be all right? Couple weeks. So we'll say by March, what's that, Friday, the 10th or something like that? What's that? 11th. So by the 11th, it gives us almost 3 weeks. We can get that back to Val by then. She'll start calling us right to the 8th to remind us. Does that work?
Awesome. Architect's here.
Right on time, Clerk Judge.
Next, 5B, approve the participation in Kista Youth School Bus Sale. Mr. Fairchild?
Again, I'll speak to Mr. Fairchild on that. Again, we'd like to ask you to approve that, so that's just that we've made a lot more money than trying to auction them off here, so it's been a very positive thing for the district. And I would recommend we do that again. Much more positive cash flow than that.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve? Is there a second?
I say.
Motion's made and seconded. Any discussion? No discussion, call for vote. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 5C, approve staffing policies. Mr. Burchett.
You should have an attachment there, it's the annual staffing policy 2.4331. It's required that you approve staffing every year, the policy on that, and this has not changed from last year or previous year prior to that.
Thank you. Motion to approve?
Motion made, Mr.
Second? Motion's made and seconded. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll call for a vote. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll jump back to item 4. Unless you want to finish all the 5.
You put it where you want to be. It's fine with me either way.
Okay, we'll go down to 5D. Mr. Sager.
Again, as you well know, that we've jumped in over the old Citizens National Bank branch over there in front of Central Elementary with our Head Start program for our offices and things. That gives us a little more room at Central Elementary, gives us extra classroom things. I think it's beneficial to our students and things over there. And we would like to ask you to approve a lease on a month-to-month basis as we need it here for that.
So moved.
Motion's made, second. Motion's made and seconded. Any discussion? If no discussion, we'll call for a vote. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. 5E, Ms. Pat.
Yes, the Family Resource and Youth Service Centers, the directors each need approval to submit their grants for the 2016-17 school year. As you all know, Family Resource Centers are invaluable to our schools. And then we also have an insurance document that needs to be signed by the chairperson, Mr. Hutchison, and that will be attached to each school's grant when they submit it.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve? Second? Any discussion? There'll be none, we'll call for a vote. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 5F, Mr. Sayer.
We have various surplus items in the district that we'd like to sell. Some of them, examples would be French fryers, since we no longer use those, or various wattages and things, and stoves, and furniture, and various things that we'd like to put on Deal's telephone system that's not compatible with anything we have now, since the only place that's compatible is at Meade. And we sold one of those once before and got a pretty good little amount of money out of it. So we'd like to sell those items again and get some money back in for the district.
Thank you. Need a motion on that?
Yes.
Is there a motion to the recommendation?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. 5G, Mr. Holbrook.
In your packet, you'll find a copy of the bids as well as the results from our recent data network bids starting July 1, last one to June 30, 2017. Recommendations with the, go with Fidel's Communications since they can serve all 5 sites and currently have the lowest price.
Thank you. Is there a motion to accept?
Motion to accept.
Second? Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. 5H, approved student trips. Mr. Halsey and Mr. Easton.
All of the high school trips except one that are listed there are either a state or a national competition, a continuation. HOSA, or Health Occupation Students of America, their state conference and competition is March the 17th and 19th. FBLA, or Future Business Leaders, their state conference and competition is April 18th and 20th. And then FCCLA, or Consumer Career state competition, is March the 28th through the 31st. And then the National History Bowl is April the 21st through the 25th in Washington, D.C. And those are all competition type events. And then the seniors have requested a trip to Columbus, Ohio in May. Just giving you a heads up, it would depend on the end of school. It would be a one night, similar to what we did last year, leave on a Friday, spend Friday night, return Saturday night. And they have actually, at their request, wanted to go to the Center for Science and Industry in Columbus. So that's what we have on the agenda. I would ask that you would consider all those trips.
Thank you.
Middle school requests permission. I'd like to take the 8th graders on a reward trip to Kings Island. Tentatively have that scheduled for May the 7th, and this is, the teachers have set some guidelines as far as behavior and grades about which students would be eligible for that. But we'd like to request permission to take them on that trip in May.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve all student trips?
Motion made.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. 5I, Mr. Young and Mr. Cochran.
Ours is for community use facilities. We've hosted the Church League Basketball League for the last couple of years. They want to play on Tuesday and Saturday nights. All their paperwork's in order.
Thank you.
And Hank Hill has requested to use our facilities for an Easter egg hunt they use every year for this time of year, so.
Is there a motion? Is there a second? Motion's made and seconded. Any discussion? There be none, we'll call for a vote. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 5J, approved grant participation, Ms. Music and Mr. Young.
We have several at Porter we want to apply for, the Stilleries, Dollar General, Walmart, and an online school store. And they're all grants that don't require any funding from the district.
Thank you.
Ours, we have a teacher who has got an opportunity through a grant to get quite a bit of professional development training, and it's through Morehead State University, and there's no cost to the district on it.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion approved.
Second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? There be none, we'll call for a vote. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Jumping back up to 4A, architect invoices.
I would make a motion we approve the architect invoices as submitted. Look at all those and think they are in their guidelines as part of the contract.
Motion to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Second? Any discussion? There be none, we'll call for a vote. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. 4B.
I'd also make the motion we approve payment to Frederick Construction. Again, all that's been approved for Chuck, and everyone that looked at it, documented all that, so it's all good to go.
Thank you. Motion?
Motion approved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, we'll call for a vote. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 4C.
Again, in our discussion with the architect here recently here, working on our new facility plan, there's a variety of things we've looked at. As I said earlier, no notebooks here considered concerned or contain all the information on each one of the individual schools. And we just want to look at some things going in the future. I think there's things that we can do as a district to improve efficiency and things, and in the long run, save the district money. And one of those things, you look on the inside, is a program with AEP, and things along those lines, but also maybe like to look at going forward at what some things we can do with heating controls, boilers, you know, the amount of time and effort we've had to spend this past winter and things like that. Also got, a meeting scheduled with Joe Nance on Wednesday. He can talk about what, going forward, what we can do with bonding potential and how it would affect us if we did also a performance contract with companies. I'll let Chuck maybe speak a little bit more on that if he wants. I think there's 5 companies across the state that are approved with KDE to do those type of projects and things.
There are, getting Jones started on late, that's some traffic that I had not planned on. Give a little synopsis. As we went through the district facility plan, one of the things that that your district has been dealing with a lot this past winter has been your heating, cooling systems, and your electrical systems throughout the buildings. One of the things that we've worked with several districts on is what is called performance contracting. What that means is that there are contractors out there, and some that come to mind are a CMTA, which is an engineer that we typically use here. They do this. A Train Equipment, they do this. Amoresco does this. A&E out of the Louisville area does. There's about 5 firms across the state. What we've typically done in the districts is that we've had, for instance, our engineer CMTA to look at the systems in the districts, to look at your existing systems and see if we replace those, what the cost savings of energy there would be. The ideal situation is that whatever the cost of the renovations to upgrade all of your electrical, mechanical systems, those savings of more energy efficiency would pay for a bond to do that work. So therefore the district would really not hit their bonding potential. In some cases, we need to spend a little bit of the bonding potential, but we get a whole lot more for that money. But what the initial look does, and it takes about 30 days, is for the engineers to come in, take a look at this, come back to the board and share with the board, guys, here's where we're seeing the areas that we need some help in. Here's what we think is a possibility for an energy project. If they feel and we feel that there is a possibility of that for the district, then what we've typically done is run an ad in the paper, and I'll go ahead and contact the other firms and ask for a request for proposal for that type of service. You know, to come in, take an evaluation of the district, bring a proposal back to the board, and interview those companies about what they can do and what they would propose throughout the district. And we would be a part of that with you, just to
And they
make
would
sure.
do that at no cost to them.
It's no cost to
Not
the
any
district.
money, not doing that. They just come in and make that
Right.
evaluation.
The audits and evaluation included?
Yes, sir, they are. But I think the first step is for us to allow CMTA to come through, take a look, and see if they honestly think what size of project it would be, and if there is some savings there to be had, and I know there is. But that way, in 30 days, I can come back along with CMTA and share that with the board, and that's no cost. That's no cost to you at all. If there is a project there that we feel that could benefit this district in performance contracting, then we would release the RFP for other vendors to step into the ring and give a proposal in about 45 days. But again, all those costs are, there is no cost to you up front at that, and hopefully at the end of the day, we have enough savings of old equipment that we can pay for the new equipment through the cost savings of the energy. So, but it's a thing that we just walked through it in Wolf County. We're doing it in Morgan County. I did it in Ashland, Bath County, and it's many years ago over in Lawrence County. So we've worked with about 5 to 6 districts making this happen. And honestly, it's a way of upgrading mechanical, electrical, lighting systems throughout the district at a lower cost to the district or at no cost to the district. And then therefore, the rest of your bonding power can go for what I would call bricks and mortar. But you actually are getting a lot of construction done, and you're paying for it through the savings of those new pieces of equipment.
Energy savings pays for your debt ratio, right?
Yes, sir. There you go. I said all that, and you said it so simple. You are correct. You are correct. If that would be the board's wishes, we can contact those folks in the morning, and they would be in the district in the next couple of weeks to get started.
Well, it's at no cost to us. I mean, provide us with information, what can make us better and save us money, become more energy efficient, and lighting and boilers and
And it's a couple of things, because you look at what the cost of the initial cost is on your heating and cooling. But if you also then look at what the cost is of your maintenance department on parts and materials and things, that's even on top of that. So there could be a lot of savings there.
Is there a motion to approve the request? Is there a motion? Second? Motion's made with second. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Next, item 6, you got the superintendent's personnel report. And now I'll ask for a motion to go into executive session pursuant to KRS 61.810, 1B, to discuss acquisition and sale of property. Is there a motion to do so? Second? Any discussion? No discussion, call for vote. You guys have it. Expect no action. It's an